fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank. Member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Bob Rose presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Romanian Christian Dimitru ate 200 pounds of pizza in a week.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Rose knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Rose, where good food and good times get.
Tees to Please, custom printed sportswear, 1008 West 7th Street, Sioux City, Iowa. Specializing in screen printed t-shirts, long sleeve tees, crew necks, and hooded sweatshirts. We have in-house artists creating custom graphics and designs. We also produce custom awards, trophies, plaques, and medals. For all your custom printed needs, Tees to Please, Sioux City, or online at teestopleaseonline.com.
Did you get it? Yeah, Mark Caprillion.
You know Mark, don't you?
Test. Oh, he's a.
I'm going to step out there.
Test.
Test my deal.
Okay. Mine's going good.
Wow, you're bouncing hard. So
Test.
that's a little quieter, but let's see. He's 3, you said, right?
Yeah, his I can't hear now. Yeah.
What do you got now?
Now, I mean,
You can't hear anything, but
it doesn't sound like it's going.
God, I can hear you fine. Let's see. So everything's set. He was on 3, right? Test.
Test.
Man, that's crazy. Everything seems to be good.
Are we on live right now?
Live tonight from Olsen Stadium, it's Black Raider football. The East High Black Raiders take on the DesMoines Lincoln Railsplitters. Metro Sports TV and Central and CF Industries is proud to present live high school football as we get set as the number 9 ranked East High Black Raiders look for win number 5 here tonight. Metro Sports TV is a leader in live high school sports streaming across the Midwest and now featured in Sioux City, Sioux Falls, Des Moines, and the Lakes region. And you can always find Metro Sports games on demand wherever you may be. Use whatever device you use to stream and find Metro Sports TV on YouTube, online with our tremendous partners KCAU Channel 9, Sioux City, KFSY Channel 13, Sioux Falls, Premier Communications, and Fox Sports Radio. For the best in live high school, televised high school sports, watch Metro Sports all season long. Hi, everybody. I'm Pat Schultz. We're happy to be with you on another beautiful night of weather here in the Midwest. Just cannot get any better. It is still very warm, still very beautiful, not much wind at all tonight, and we're expecting a good football game between two teams that can really put up a lot of points. This is the Central Bank pregame show as we get ready for this terrific matchup here on a Friday football evening in Sioux City. We'll be back right after this on the Central Bank pregame show. Joining us will be the head coach, Mike Winklepleck, for the East High Black Raiders.
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest. This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach.
Welcome back to the Central Bank pregame show. It's East High against Des Moines Lincoln at the top of the hour. Joining us now is the head coach of the East High Black Raiders, Coach Mike Winklepleck. Coach, you're a little beyond midseason. Is your football team healthy?
Yeah, we're healthy. We're ready to go. You know, we had a good week of practice. Obviously, with homecoming, we've had some distractions, but I think the kids have done a nice job of having some fun, but then locking in once practice starts.
Big performance offensively last week. It seems like you've been waiting for the offense to gel. It seems like that's happening.
Yeah, we did a nice job protecting up front, and I thought really our wide receivers did a really good job of blocking last week. You know, that's them being unselfish and doing what they've been coached to do. And last week, Cal did a nice job reading the defense, and the passing game was there. So, I mean, the RPO and stuff like that. So, did a nice job of getting our athletes the ball, and they did a nice job in open field.
Being around your players a little bit this week, it seems like your kids just really enjoy playing football.
Yeah, I mean, you have a chance to go out and compete day in and day out. You know, you get a chance to hit guys. They've done a nice job not only in practice but also in games.
The 3 keys tonight for your football team to be successful.
We got to win on first down. We got to win the turnover battle, and we got to be great on special teams.
Simple as that. The head coach of the East High Black Raiders, Coach Mike Winklepleck.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
That was the head coach, Mike Winklepleck of the East High Black Raiders here on the Central Bank pregame show. We'll be back with the X's and O's from our East High football expert, Brian Jepson, joins us next on Metro Sports TV.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people, It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Welcome back to the Central Bank pregame show. We get set here as the East High Black Raiders get ready to play football, going with the orange jerseys tonight. Black pants, black helmet. Boy, they look all East High tonight. Now joining us for our X and O's and talk, the expert on East High, one of my favorite guys to talk football with, Mr. Brian Jepson. Jeps, another great night for football.
Pat, great to be back. It seems it's been a few weeks since the Black Raiders have been home, but we got another beautiful fall night here as Game 7 is just about ready to kick off. Homecoming game for the Black Raiders. And the Vern keys to the game tonight, I think, for East is just execute the O. It's been a fast break offense. They like to get it up and down the field and move the ball. So execute the O, complete your passes, catch the ball, running backs run hard, and get first downs. Next, I think for the defense, just maintain their run game, kind of stop them. Look for some 3 and outs, but kind of control the line of scrimmage. Defense step up big and control the line of scrimmage. And the third one, you just got to win the homecoming game. Homecoming games are very important to win. Like Coach Fiegel always said, man, if you don't win the homecoming don't mean nothing. So those are the 3 keys of the game on the Vern keys of the game. And we got a great night for football. And, boy, it's been 60, 70, 80 all fall long so far.
Oh, boy. Well, thank you for covering the Vern keys of the game. Vern keys of the game brought to you by Vern Motor Cars, Sioux City, Des Moines, and Sioux Falls. And Metro Sports tonight, a lot of good games going on. Dakota Valley playing their arch rival West Central. Carl Reinhardt and his football team having a big year. You can go over and flip back and forth on our YouTube channels. And also up in Sioux Falls, Brad Dewitt, John Gaskins, and that crew have Harrisburg against Sioux Falls Jefferson. Battle the 2 and 3 teams there tonight. So a lot of good football going on, including this football game here. Pat Schultz, Brian Jepson joining you live here as East High deferred. They're going to take the ball to start the second half, and they will kick the ball off to this Railsplitter football team that at times is very explosive. Only 1 and 5 on the season, struggling defensively more than offensively.
Yeah, offensively put up some good numbers. Quarterback Jackson Lamb completing 57 of 93 passes. Got over a 60% completion ratio with about 600 yards. So being able to move it that way. And also on the run game, getting some production from Javon Sanders, who's rushed for just about 800 yards on the season.
Well, little pooch kick to start it off. Rather than call a fair catch, East High believes they caught the football as it should have been fair caught by there as Judson Dietrich wanted to return it but could not get it. So on East High, a little trickeration, and it's East High football, 1st and 10 at the 42.
Yeah, bad break for the Railsplitters. It looked like the ball kind of spiraled out there and bounced out of the guy's hand as he tried to grab it from the bounce, and the Black Raiders are in scoring
fair catch,
position.
young man, on those. That ball was destined for trouble. Call fair catch. He got the ball probably at about the 35-yard line. The ball was recovered at the 32, so 1st and 10 for East High, led by their outstanding junior quarterback, Cal Jepson. 6 touchdown passes in his last game, has thrown for almost 1,500 yards. He's going to play action fake, roll, has a man wide open. Ball is caught. A lot of yards for Shepard as he's going to turn around and go inside to the 8-yard line. Very good call right there as Austin Shepard, the outstanding junior wingback, and there's a great start right there.
Little bootleg action to the left, and Cal put the ball right on the money to Shepard, and that's a nice 25-yard pass gain on your first play.
Cal Jepson has been red hot as of late, coming off that catastrophic leg injury. Wouldn't even know it. Real quick out pass. We call that the Caleb Williams pass. Goes out to Chris Ford. Chris lowers those shoulders, gets to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, Chris getting some receptions. Last week, first pass to Chris was a 58-yard touchdown down to Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. So Chris getting into the reception, coming over from his defensive back position.
Such an outstanding defensive back. They're finally getting him inside or outside on offense. So 2nd down and goal from the 4 for the East High Black Raiders. Miles Wagner's first carry of the game, and some penetration by the Railsplitters trips up Miles, so he'll get back to the line of scrimmage maybe, as a nice play that time by the Railsplitters. in there as they make a play with number 72 jumping in there tonight, or 71, Gavin Taylor, sophomore, made a nice play right there. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 4. Jepson, the quarterback, 15 touchdown passes, going to swing it out, and the ball's going to be deflected. Better get on that. Could be a backwards pass. They call it incomplete. As that play is just simply, we talked about execution offensively. East High Black Raiders has struggled with that, and 2 plays right there just simply didn't work.
Yeah, from the 5-yard line, nice to be able to power it right in, and then they look at it for a little swing pass to get out there, and it just kind of Des Moines Lincoln defended it pretty well.
So looks like they weren't ready to go on offense right away, and coming in and kicking will be Jacob Burrell, the outstanding place kicker for East High. It will be put down at the 12-yard line, so it's a 22-yard attempt by Jacob Burrell to see if they can get East High take advantage of that muffed kickoff and take off and really roll right there. Kick is up, kick is good, and so East High takes the lead with the kick, 3-0 when we come back on Metro Sports TV. Jacob Burrell's 22-yard field goal gives East High the lead just like that, 3-0. That's the start the Black Raiders wanted to get the ball in the end zone, but I think they were surprised they were on offense that quickly, so we'll see what they do as they did a little pooch kick that worked beautifully as the Railsplitters refused to call a fair catch, fumbled the football. Black Raiders got it, had a 1st and goal, but could not get the ball into the end zone, but they lead 3-0 here early as beautiful night for football, and on homecoming night, the East High Black Raider fans are here in unison.
Yeah, big food trucks pulling in here at Morningside College today, and a lot of people coming out enjoying the nice weather and getting some good grub. And there we got another fumble on a hit, and looks like East has got the ball again.
Well, they saw something on film as this time they went basically with the onside kick, and they received, and it looks like Ashcroft, I believe, is on the ball for East High. And goodness sakes, there's some film study going on at East High this week.
Yeah, those little high pooch kicks or whatever, and then attacking them with your frontline guys, and East has got 2 onside kicks.
Johnny Yates was always the man on the spot. Nobody makes bigger plays than John Yates. He picks up the football, and right now it's going to be 1st down at the 41-yard line as Des Moines Lincoln off to a shaky start here.
And that would have gave them pretty good field position if they recovered it.
Oh, boy, back-to-back. So Kel Jepson on the 2nd series hands the ball to Miles Wagner. Miles bounces to the outside, keeps his feet, puts his shoulders down, and rolls it forward for a gain of almost 6 yards on the play. Nice run by Miles Wagner. Yep, and he's one of the Wagner boys.
Yep, good little 4-yard carry there for Wagner, getting him going, starting off tonight.
You bet. His brother Brandon is watching. I heard watching the football game tonight, and his uncle Bucko is watching as well. So want to see Miles Wagner have a big night. Gain 5 that time. Cal Jepson turns, steps, fires it out there. A great throw to John Yates, and John's going to give him forward progress at about the 34. No, they're going to move it back to the 36, and Mike Winkelbeck is saying, wait a minute, you guys must be Big Ten officials when West Coast teams come to those places, because that's what they like to do. I sound a little bitter, don't I?
Always moving it back. Yeah.
Oh, boy, I'd be out in Southern California right now if we don't get another Big Ten home job, but we'll get over that. We'll be start coming to BUSC teams here. So that's going to bring it down to 3rd and 5. Going big as Jepson has a man. It's Grimsley. Touchdown.
Boy, that was a nice strike. Grimsley with that good speed, top-end speed, and kind of just ran right by that safety, and Cal put it in a nice spot, and he picks up another big TD pass for the Black Raiders from Cal Jepson to Loudon Grimsley. Cal on the replay here, letting loose, and Grimsley with that top-end speed, just nice catch, and it's been a big hookup for the guys this year.
Just like that, it's 10-0. That was our KCAU Channel 9 instant replay. Make sure you tune in to Sports Zone on Channel 9 tonight at 10:20, as Anthony Mitchell will no doubt have highlights of that beautiful throw from Cal Jepson to Loudon Grimsley. Kick up by Burrell. It's just like that. It's 10-0, and this big crowd is enjoying that here at East High. The Black Raiders are off quickly. It's 10-0.
When the leaves start to turn, that means summer's over. So head to Baumgars now for your pre-winter needs. In one stop, you'll find leaf rakes and winterizing fertilizers for your lawn, plus batteries and antifreeze for your car, weather strip, caulk, and pest control for your home, and warmer clothing for you. There's shelter for your pets and heaters, including electric, propane, and kerosene to keep you warm. From the Midwest to the Rockies, Baumgars is your fall weatherization headquarters.
Just like that, it is 10-0. East High Black Raiders, as Cal Jepson, they went a little short pass, and then boom.
Yep, kind of caught him, like kind of suck him in, kind of set him up for that deep threat that they got with Grimsley.
Well, I'm going to pay attention on this kick because I think you better after the first two, as the Railsplitters have had slippery hands on the first kickoff. Just like that, 10-0. And Jacob Burrell's going to try something now. This one's going to be the more conventional, pin him back in the corner. Ball again is dropped, and I believe they're going to fumble and picked up and running it back to about the 17-yard line right there. After a long road trip, you got to be ready to play football, and the Railsplitters having a hard time hanging on to the football.
Yeah, it's costing really. If you just fair catch those two, you got nice field position to start the game with and get your offense and get some positive things going, but now their backs are against the wall with it being down 10 points, and we'll finally get to see their offense here.
Dale Richardson picked up the ball there as Jackson Lamb, a very capable quarterback. He has good statistics, thrown for 11 touchdowns, almost 600 yards. And he's going to step back. The lefty under trouble, fires it out, caught on a swing pass and putting his shoulders down and making a couple of tackles, makes some good positive yardage. Is Dominic Severino. That was Javon Sanders, their leading rusher, and you can see why, as he took a short pass and made a positive gain of about 5 yards. So second down and 5 for the Railsplitters. As got a little Colorado Buffalo look in those uniforms. They're wearing their white jerseys and golden helmets, and almost more Army or Navy more. So here's a little fake and turning the corner, looking for some running room is Damon Winsley, the junior, averaging almost 5 yards per carry. Can't get out there. He's knocked out of bounds as Dane Milton, the outstanding free safety, and Breifogel came up and made the play for the East High Black Raiders as this defense, very talented defense, very young defense.
Yeah, young defense, start several sophomores and even a couple freshmen. You got Dane Milton in there and as a senior leadership back there, and Kasanga on the end with some senior leadership, and there's a nice pass there.
They're down and 2. They just do a little sit down against the zone, and they're going to give them a pretty tough mark, as side judge says way short of the first down, but the referee, is going to mark it. No, they're going to give him the first down. So, okay, come on, guys. This must be a Big Ten officiating. Only in the Midwest, only this way. I think they do a little bit better job out west because everybody's a little happier, not uptight out there. So that's going to bring up a first down at the 28-yard line as Jackson Lamb, the quarterback for the DesMoines Lincoln Railsplitters. Again, they go right up the middle to Wesley, and Wesley is caught by a bunch of Black Raiders right there. Nothing really there as Yates came up, made a hit.
Yeah, Davon Wesley looks like a good thick back. He looks kind of like an old school fullback, like the Rocky Blair type. Big thick guy there. And so, but yeah, I think for them to move the ball, they're going to kind of count on Lamb. Lamb hooked up last time with Sinekout to pick up the first down. So he's going to have to rely on some receivers to move this football.
42, James Hogenkamp and
24, Jacob Breifogel, familiar names at East High. Watch them on defense. Pair of juniors, very good. There's a pass in the middle, nobody there. And it's going to come set up a 3rd down and 9 for the Railsplitters.
Yeah, this is a position they really don't want to be in. 3rd and long. East, they got some good blitz packages that they've been working on over the last several weeks, and we'll see if Coach Tonga dials one up here.
Monteseka Songo has checked in, a 6'6", 245-pound outstanding athlete. He'll be at right end. Watch out for him coming. He has received a lot of big-time offers. Nebraska, Iowa State, Michigan State. I tell you, they're all coming. Here's a quick hitch out to the outside, putting his head down, but going to be way short of the 1st down after catching the ball right there is Jackson Seacott, and Seacott is brought down by Monteseka Songo, and Breifogel was also there. Jacob Breifogel, we enjoyed watching his brother play, obviously, but Jacob Breifogel is almost at another level. 6'3", 225 pounds already. He's just baby junior.
Yeah, the Breifogel brothers, they're linebackers, and Breifogel right there with a nice finish to the play.
They must have had some interesting Sunday afternoon football games in the front yard. Rush is put on, kick is high and nicely. Chris Ford's going to make a catch at the defender right in his face, but that's what Chris does. He's brought down at the 43-yard line where East High will take over. They lead 10-0, field goal on their first drive after getting a pooch kick recovery. Then they received another one, and Cal Jepson went to Loudon Grimsley for a 42-yard touchdown pass, and here comes for their 3rd possession. Rayshawn Marshall up front, one of the big fellas. The line's getting better and better as Nesty Lipscomb also have been playing very good inside for East High, but Marshall is the guy they really count on when they need some yardage. Empty backfield for Cal Jepson, the junior quarterback, one of the best in the state, and he is an exciting player. He's going to turn, fire it quickly. Grimsley catches it, puts his shoulders down, gets out of there, and brings it up for about a gain of 7 to the 48-yard line. So Loudon starting to get a little better as the season goes on.
Yeah, this this pass package that Coach Goodwin's got him in, it's kind of like a running game for him. You got 4 or 5 receivers out there, short passes, the ball gets out there quick, and then you let the receivers make extra yards on the catch.
Braden Fahrenholtz, the right guard, got out there and made a nice block. As this line continually, they said they learned a lot in the Southeast Polk game, and that can go a long way. Jefferson, a little hitch, fires it down the middle, has a man, and look out, he may go, as Austin Shepard is going to score a touchdown.
Boy, that was a nice play, baited him in on that little quick out, and Shepard took a seamer out right down the middle, and Austin Shepard's got some good wheels, too.
Austin Shepard is a good football player, and the junior scores there. A little hitch to hold the defense, and Cal Jepson has his 2nd touchdown pass of the day and has already thrown over 100 yards here in the first quarter. It's 17-0, as they're having a lot of fun here at East High with the traditional orange jerseys tonight. I always like when they do that. Black pants, black helmets. So Burrell, who might be getting a tired leg here with 5:23 to go. Here's the kick. It is up. It's going to land in Lawton, and they'll go get the football and bring it back. And when we bring it back, it's 17-0, the East High Black Raiders.
I know.
17-0. It's a happy homecoming here at East High. Just like that, a pair of touchdown passes by Cal Jepson to Loudon Grimsley and Austin Shepard. And I talked to Austin earlier this week, and Austin told me he was going to get in the end zone.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play there. Just kind of baiting him because East does a lot of the quick passes the outside, and bringing your Shepard, big, strong kid, and with good wheels, and right down the seam, and he took it the distance.
Well, those two have connected a lot of times throughout their
their football career, starting way back. Had one of the best 8. Oh, here's that pooch kick. We're going to be quiet. Call fair catch, guys. Somebody's got to pick that up. They don't. And no, they picked it up that time. As wisely kicking.
And actually got lucky on that one. Yeah, I thought East had a good shot to bring that in. But
East High certainly found a weakness on this kick game, and they're going to have to shore that up and almost go into a prevent onside kick and take what you get on the back end of that. So it's going to be first down. We got a little officials are talking on something with the Railsplitters, but they're going to start that over as Metro Sports TV on YouTube now. Watch all of our free live on YouTube and on demand at any time. You can go to Metro Sports YouTube page and watch. You can also watch on Twitter Live. You can watch on metrosports.tv and SiouxlandProud.com, KCAU. Lots of ways to watch football on Metro Sports. 4 games going tonight. Jackson Lamb turns, fires, getting positive yardage, running into the big fellas up front as these linebackers very active. Claiborne came up, made a nice tackle right there, as did Hogan Camp, as their East High Black Raider defense looks very active tonight.
Yeah, good pursuit there by the defense. Pittenger, too, in there. Hogan Camp just rallying to the ball, and that's Breifogel. Defense came to play.
Bull Pittenger's had a great season. He was another legacy East High Black Raider. Speaking of legacy East High Black Raiders, you're really going to enjoy this week's halftime East High football legend as they fire it to the outside. Nothing there. Tough defense by Claiborne over there as someone you know very well and enjoy very well.
Yep, looking forward to the halftime talk with our man Kevin Kay.
You bet.
Claiborne on him like glue there, so good coverage there by Claiborne. Boy, a big rangy guy, good height, just good athlete. He's played tight end too. He can play quarterback. He can play on anywhere in the defense from linebacker to safety.
That was the talk earlier this season as he was going to play a little bit of quarterback, but when you got a guy like Cal Jepson, you're probably pretty off there. As Jackson Lamb gets out of there, fires, and that's going to be a first down. Great play right there by the Railsplitters. And we told you Lamb's very capable. Good little quarterback as he gets that ball out to
Sinnecott, yep.
Sinnecott.
Yeah, Sinnecott, yeah.
We talked about him earlier, and he has very good statistics. 23rd catch right there by number 19, Jackson Sinnecott. They're going to go over the middle and lucky to get that one back.
Yeah, good pressure in there. I think we got Pittenger in there with some good pressure, making him release it.
Dane Milton came up, tried to get the interception, couldn't. And it's going to bring up a second down right there as the Railsplitters looks like they're going to throw the football.
Well, he's got some good southpaw action. You know, he's throwing that left and rolling to the left. He throws a good ball, and I think for them to move the ball, some of those short passes, and then hit him with a run right here. And
there's running off tackle, coming up and making a good hit from the secondary, but keeping his feet and smashing it forward for the Railsplitters. Well, I'll tell you what, for a team that's only won one game, they're playing real hard, as that was Devon Wesley, and he slammed it over, and Chris Ford came up, made a hit, as did Claiborne, but it's the better part of 6 yards, going to bring up a manageable 3rd down and 4 right here, maybe 17-0, 4-down territory, Jeps.
Yeah, I would probably think, depending what they get on this down here, 4th down going for it would probably be in the cards.
Darian Anderson has checked in, the big sophomore, and they go to the outside, and there's that 1st down. And you called that right. They do have some big guys up front. They slammed it up, and their backs almost are big as their linemen, as Wesley at 5'10", 175 pounds. Boy, he looks a lot bigger than that. But
yeah, only a sophomore too.
Yeah,
he runs pretty hard. Yeah, lowers his shoulders, and that was a good sweep there out to the left side.
The Railsplitters have had some uncommon injuries, losing almost 12 starters as the season's gone on, and that really hurts a football team, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, you lose some of your main guys, and your depth gets weakened as the season goes on, and then it's hard to come back from that.
Jackson Lamb, the quarterback, the southpaw looks, fires, has a man over the middle. This one's going to be intercepted by Milton. And look out, he may go. He's going to bounce to the outside, and that is going to be a touchdown right there. Dane Milton, the All-State senior, gets his pick and returns it for a touchdown.
Boy, let's take a look at this on the in the instant replay here, and Dane's got to be feeling good about that one.
Trying to go over the middle. Ball goes right through his hands, Jeps.
Up the old tip drill, and Dane was there. Oski to the house for Dane Milton.
Dane Milton brings it in for a touchdown, 57-yard interception return, and the floodgates have opened here at East High. Big touchdown right there. Dane Milton. Dane is not only is an outstanding football guy, football player, but he's an outstanding guy. So touchdown right there, and Milton scores, and Burrell's going to come up and kick, and it's up, and Jacob Burrell is going to get an ice pack on his legs. When we come back, it's 24-0. The East High Black Raiders rolling. I'll tell him, Rob.
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Four to nothing, just like that. The East High Black Raiders will be here next Friday night as they'll take on Ames, a football team that's played a killer schedule. And there's that kickoff, and they are just struggled on those here tonight, but he did the right thing there and called the fair catch and fell down.
Catch it and get down, yeah. Avoid anything bouncing on the turf.
Problem is, he returned that, he probably would have had about 15 yards, so it's going to be first down for the Railsplitters as Jackson Lamb comes out there. He's shown some spurts that we thought we'd see from him.
And they just started getting a little bit of a drive going there, picked up a couple first downs, kind of moving the ball, and then the unfortunate ball going through the receiver's hands and right into Dane Milton's lap.
Jack Oman, Landon Monk, the outstanding freshman, Oman, the junior, on the front line for the East High Black Raiders. They have been really good. Landon Monk's going to be quite a football player. They run it right at him, and he's going to be brought down as Kaysen Claiborne made a nice tackle as they attacked the strength of that East High defense and came out okay. Caden Somsky also in there to make the tackle, so it's going to be first down as they try to settle down. They were here plenty early when we came here. They were loose and, oh, there's a handoff and coming smacking in there is Breifogel as they, no, it was Dane Milton again. I don't know that was Breifogel coming in and making that big hit. And
yeah, pregame I was walking down on the field, kind of the warm-ups and stuff like that, and the Railsplitters they had some good looking guys down there that look like they can produce, and was kind of watching the running backs and receivers, so I figured that they would kind of attack them that way. And what we're seeing here is actually the little run game they got going up the middle has kind of been helping them.
That was Cooper Fritz, the outstanding sophomore who made that tackle. Leads the team in tackles, does the sophomore, Cooper Fritz. He's going to be a good one. Here comes everybody for East High, and that's going to be a tackle for loss by half the East High defense.
Oh, yeah, Breifogel and Pittenger and I think Darian Anderson, big Darian in there, and
Jack
Oman.
Yeah, they are all coming in, and Oman will get credit for the sack. And it's going to bring up a big third down and 22. You got to watch your screen pass right here. Very hard to trick these outstanding linebackers. Cooper Fritz, sophomore, Hogan Camp, Breifogel, juniors. They go with a quick out, caught, and well short of the first down. But positive yardage out there as they zing it out there as Jackson Lamb. He's kind of fun to watch. All lefties are. As Braylon Jenkins, another sophomore, made the catch. Braylon's not very big at 5'6", but caught the ball and turned around, tried to make something happen, couldn't. And now Chris Ford will be hanging out at his own 40-yard line.
And you know Chris likes to return it. He's gonna,
absolutely.
If he can catch it and go, he's going to do it.
He is an exciting sophomore football player, Chris Ford. And the early prediction here, if Chris Ford gets to 6-1, there's a kick. It was deflected, but Chris is going to pick that up. You know he is. There he goes. Picks it up, trying to get a block, trying to outrun him here. Cuts it up nicely, breaks a tackle or two, and Chris brings it up to the 47-yard line. Chris Ford doing what Chris Ford likes to do, and that's play football. When we come back, it's 24-0, East High, 53 seconds to go here in the first quarter on your Central Bank scoreboard.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Well, just like that, another touchdown pass of 57 yards. Cal Jepson to Loudon Grimsley. Sorry we got back just in time, but Rob Maynard says we may got it. We do. What production by Rob as Cal Jepson rolls and fires on the run. Nobody does it any better than that. And Loudon Grimsley has his second big touchdown of the game. Third touchdown pass for Cal Jepson, just like that.
Wow, yeah, he rolled out to the right. That was a nice strike. And, you know, he really does throw good on the run, too. I'm amazed by how he can throw on the run and get the distance on the ball and the accuracy. And then Grimsley, just with that like that speed he's got, you know, you got to give him some area if you're going to guard him.
So Burrell will kick it up. It's good. And just like that, 31-0 when we come back on Metro Sports TV. I'll go tell him. We haven't used it at all.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print. The best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Welcome back. It's 31-0 is your score as the cheerleaders, all of them, are enjoying this. And just like that, Cal Jepson having a big night.
Yeah, that's off to a good start in the first quarter. Hitting some big plays with Loudon Grimsley as receiver and also Shepard. And, boy, yeah, just having they're getting a lot of opportunity on these pooch kicks, too.
There's the fair catch that they decide not to catch. You got to catch that when you do it.
Otherwise, it's no good. Yeah. You don't catch it.
And Justin Dietrich, who is going to learn a little bit about kicks tonight. When you fair catch it, you still got to catch it. And he quickly went over there. So a hustle play by Justin Dietrich. And it's going to be first down for the Railsplitters. We'll move the ball a little bit against this East High defense as they're going to go with the big boys up front. Omen, Monase Kasongo. And inside they're going to go with Francisco Diaz in there as they're going to move some people around a little bit. Colin Pittenger still in there. And it's first down Railsplitters. Jackson Lamb turns in trouble, and Pittenger has him right there, and they fumbles the football. And the Railsplitters quickly get on it. So East High bringing the house. Pittenger with a sack there. And it's going to bring up a second down and 17. Join us next week. East High will be playing Ames, a team that has played about every top team in the state. So they'll be prepared. They know how to do that. East High kids were telling me that, they learned a lot playing Southeast Polk. If they take care of the football, the turnovers made it worse than what it really was.
Well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. Watching the game, they took a 6-minute drive right down the field, moving the ball down the field, used 6 minutes, didn't get in the end zone, but kicked a field goal. But then Southeast Polk returned the kickoff to the 25-yard line and scored 2 plays later. And then an unfortunate ball through the hands and touchdown, and next thing you know, it was 14-3 with 4 minutes left in the game.
Well, that's going to end the first quarter, and it's a big one for the East High Black Raiders. They lead 31-0 when we come back.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Up to your neck and trying to swim through confusing insurance policy choices? Well, before you drown in coverage you don't need, contact Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. Ryan will help you assess your immediate and also long-term needs so you can clearly choose options catered to your home, personal property, or financial future. Contact Ryan and review your coverage today. 605-377-6776. Don't drown in coverage that you don't need. Stay afloat with Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. 605-377-6776.
31-0 as the Railsplitters going to turn directions and hope this direction's a little better for him. Trying to bounce outside and nothing going on. There's the ball loose. Did they call him down? They did not, and I believe East High has it. Pittenger's on the fumble.
Boy, that was a good stick. Pittenger jumped on the ball, and the woes for the Railsplitters continue.
Oh, boy, I guess. So this is going to give Cal Jepson in this offense great field position, no doubt about that, as they're going to come up behind this big offensive line that has moved some people. Behind Limpscombe, Fahrenholtz, Marshall, all done a nice job inside for East High. As Jepson has Miles Wagner in the backfield. Miles with 7 touchdowns. Looked to set up a screen, and that one's not going to work that time, as they tried to get the screen pass out there as Fahrenholtz was going to be the lead blocker, which is a good thing, but they couldn't quite get up there. And big number 75, when you get Zach Landy out there at 6'4", 300 pounds, that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, just couldn't. Splitters kind of got in the traffic zone there, and that screenplay's been a big play for Wagner this year.
Jepson with 3 touchdown passes already, looking for number 4, fires it quickly out there. Ball caught, getting very close to the goal line and squeezing in there was Quentin Ashcroft, junior receiver, 6'2", another one of those guys that Cal Jepson's been playing catch with since they've been
grade school.
Grade school.
So 8th grade football, where they really dominated.
So it's 3rd down and 2. Well, they'd had the best 8th grade coach probably in the state.
Well, they call him the Nick Saban of middle school football. No.
Would you really want to be called that?
Not anymore, since he's gone.
No. Hey, how about his comment?
Matt Rule.
Yeah, there you go. There's a fire, and there's a touchdown right there. So they go right back to the same play, and just like that, Cal Jepson has 4 touchdown passes. Quentin Ashcroft catches that. It's his 3rd touchdown of the year, and it's 37-0 with the kick coming. So Cal Jepson having a big night. 6 touchdown passes last week, 4 already in the first half, 10 touchdown passes in 2 games, not too bad.
No, I was down at the game last week, and I was like, man, these are kind of like Madden numbers, that he was putting up. So 6 TD passes, but
going to be a lot of highlights on KCAU Sports Zone with Anthony Mitchell tonight, as that another touchdown. And thank you for KCAU and our instant replay. Kick is up and good, as Jacob Burrell says, Coach, can I get a rest, as he's tired out. It's 38-0 when we come back.
This This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Welcome back. It's 38-0 as the East High Black Raiders putting on a show as they're getting tuned up for a October drive here in this beautiful weather and this huge crowd watching Cal Jepson put on a show with 4 TDs. 4 TD passes, that
4
is.
TD passes, yeah, nice start. We got almost 3 quarters left, but in the Iowa high school football, we will have the running clock now.
Yeah, with about the fastest I've ever seen it. Big games going on up on Metro Sports. Sioux Falls Jefferson trailing.
That game must started early. I was over there getting some grub, and I was watching it over there.
Yeah, they do that quite a bit in Sioux Falls. Here's that dangerous kick, as this one they can probably return. Nope, he's going to down that one. And Harrisburg leads Jefferson 21-0. Big football game up there as Brad Newitt and his crew are bringing that game to you. You can always jump over to that one if you need to, as those teams will battle it out. Boy, good football up in Sioux Falls. We really enjoy that.
Yeah, good competition. That whole Sioux Falls metro area with Harrisburg plays a really good brand of football. I just saw a receiver from the class of 2026 from Sioux Falls, Washington, committed to the Nebraska Cornhuskers over the weekend.
We like that. Cornhuskers should have pretty clear. They got to go to Ohio State and USC, so they probably won't. USC will probably hammer them now.
I'm looking forward to that now. I got a little bit of hope now since you just never know. You never know.
Yeah, that stall ball in the Big Ten, boy, they run clock. By the next thing you know, the game's about over.
Yeah.
So there's handoff right up the middle, nothing there as they smash it forward, and East High's going to put some of those kids in there as Chris Loggins, the great basketball player at 6'4", junior. He looks like $1 million out there. Just don't get hurt for basketball, my friend.
No, we got Cooper Fritz and Loggins. Yeah, there's some good-looking kids out there, and a lot of athletic kids, and it's good to get them in the game to get an opportunity to play.
Cooper Fritz, number 49, the sophomore linebacker, leads East High in tackles. He is a football player, and he is just going to get bigger and better as the season goes on and coming up. And there's a smack by Breifogel as he comes in. Jacob, talking about football players, there's one.
He came with some authority there. Breifogel's had a trip to UNI here, I think a week ago or so down there. I know he wants to play some college football, and boy, he's got a good frame for it.
He reminds me of a linebacker we saw about 3 or 4 years ago named Cooper Abell from Hartley Melvin Sanborn. Rob Maynard and I ran up and did a West Sioux football game. We're watching this kid play as Lamb's going to toss one and has a man, but I think he caught it out of bounds. And that one's going to bring up 3rd down. Cooper Abell, we watched him as a sophomore. This is a basketball game, mind you. Dunking, looked like $1 million. You could tell who his parents were. And we said, oh boy, this guy big time. Well, Cooper Abell now leads the undefeated Iowa State Cyclones in tackles as a sophomore, as Rob Maynard is shaking his head. You could tell. I'm not saying Cooper Fritz is going to start for the Iowa State Cyclones, but look out.
Yeah. No, you can you watch guys play, and you've seen enough football, and you kind of get a feel for what guys can do. And he'll be in West Virginia tomorrow playing.
Yes, he will.
That's a tough place to play.
Chris Ford's going to come up, so they got to get on there because they're going to call interference. Chris put up a delayed fair catch. Well, Chris, you got to put it up a little earlier, as the assistants are saying, "What are you doing there?" But he's going to get an interference call. Whether you put the fair catch or not, you've got to be allowed to catch it. So the ball will go over to the Black Raiders, who already lead 38-0 here in the first half, as we do have pass or kick interference, and it's going to go that way. Yeah, Morgantown. What time's that game? Late, isn't it?
Late, 6:30. Same time Oregon, Ohio State. Some good games on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good games all day. Texas, Oklahoma, the big.
Is that a good game?
Well, it's got a lot of history to it.
Okay,
I always kind of tune into it. I don't really.
Yeah, I would.
I kind of root for both teams to lose, but
that's probably when I'll run out and play a quick 9 when that game's on.
And it might be a nice day for a quick 9 too.
See that golf course I played up in Michigan?
Yeah, is that where that was? Yeah, oh yeah.
1908. Man, that thing was.
That looked nice.
Oh god, it was an absolute treat to play. Cal Jepson's going to come up. He had 4 touchdown passes here in the first half. The other touchdown was a interception return. Here comes Miles Wagner popping it out. Miles gets to the outside, puts his shoulders down, and gets to the 15-yard line. First big pop they've needed from a running back, and Miles got it as he slid off there as he nears the 600-yard mark on the season. Hasn't been getting a lot of touches of the last few games because the pass games work so well.
Yeah, nice run there by Miles. He saw the seam and got it for a nice 20, 25-yard gain there.
So you see some of our little fans here on homecoming night as they're enjoying this big lead. I cannot believe the crowd here. Well, I can. It's Eastside football. Here's Miles Wagner putting it down. Miles puts down his shoulders and smacks it to the 5-yard line. A couple of tough runs by the senior Miles Wagner. Brandon Wagner, of course, the University of Iowa star, Morningside star, NFL star, was.
Oh yeah. And I remember. The one game I do remember is watching the Orange Bowl when they played Georgia Tech and the touchdown run he had.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was a.
The game I was at watching Brandon. Of course, I came to all of his Morningside games because they were so fun to play. But that game against Indiana when he had that big one, there's a lob up to Monose Kasango Malu, and he makes the catch. And Cal Jepson has 5 TD passes here in the first half as they go to the 6-6 Monose, and that's just way too easy. But a well-thrown ball. Cal Jepson says, I can just put that up to my big fella, and he makes the catch. You can see it here on our KCAU instant replay. Monose, you see when he's out there, you know it's going to come to him, and it doesn't get any easier
big
than
frame,
that.
yeah, throw it up, and he's used to going up and getting those alley-oop dunks. So,
oh boy, we were talking about that today. East Slamma Jamma basketball coming up. We're going to have a lot of fun with Monose playing basketball, all those dunks, Jang Ray, of course, Chris Loggins, look out for Chris, and of course, the Youssef brothers. Nobody plays better on the ball D. We got a player down, unfortunately. Hopefully it's just a cramp, and I believe it is, as a rail splitter is down, and he's going to get up on his own accord and limp on over there. Hope that young fella is all right, as Burrell is going to come in for the extra point, and it's 44-0, just like that. So Cal Jepson having a huge night. Andy Berggren is down, and he's up now, and he's not. Yeah, he's got to leave the game. It doesn't look like he wants to. He's telling the coach he's got to stay, but the coach is saying no, got to leave. So get in there to the next play. So that young man is good to see him walk off as Burrell looks for the kick here. Speaking of basketball this year, Metro Sports TV, check this out. We'll be doing West Des Moines Valley basketball, a 2-time defending state champion, #1 in the state. East High will be ranked #2. How about that for a lineup of basketball?
Yeah, it'll be some good hoop. It's hard, really. I mean, it's just kind of around the corner here. We'll get going in November.
We'll also have Class 2A #1 Spirit Lake, as Metro Sports is now in the Lakes region. If you tuned in Tuesday, we did a volleyball. Rob Maynard and I. Have you ever heard Rob call volleyball? He is outstanding.
I might have to if you guys do it again.
Yeah,
what
Tuesday.
Tuesday, who are you calling?
Spirit Lake versus Storm Lake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we'll be up there and doing that. And then Friday, we got a lot of games going on. Spirit Lake, ranked #2 in Class 2A football. A leading scoring team in the state will be up there. We'll have the game here. East versus Ames, and then we'll have 2 of our featured schools playing each other, Hinton versus West Sioux. Talk about 2 teams that don't like each other and play hard, those 2. So big night next Friday on Metro Sports. Big night for Cal Jepson as he just keeps firing away.
I do have to say, I do tune in. Being a Nebraska fan, I have watched a lot of volleyball over the last few years.
You bet.
So it's kind of hard not to.
You bet.
So yeah, I'll have to tune in, check you guys out, and watch them.
Well, you told me, you said once they got a manageable schedule Big Ten's always ripped off Nebraska with all that awful in conference, while other teams have never had to play anybody. One team this year plays the bottom 6 teams. Wonder what team that is. But anyway, one that couldn't score. Well, no, they did score.
I just know
they scored.
Since we got in the league, we've played Ohio State the most.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that funny? Yeah. They do. The old Big Ten is exactly that. They take care of themselves. Here's the kick. They've been hitting that. Let that one go out of bounds. I think he touched it first. Nope, they said he didn't, as they've just struggled with these kickoffs. And the Railsplitters they did say he touched it. So it's going to be out at the 16. They're going to spend some time, I believe, practicing on that. As the clock is running here in the first half, 45-0. East High Black Raiders. It's been a while since we've seen the Black Raiders get something like this going.
Yeah, they've really come out and executed well on offense, defense. Special teams has been big with all the turnovers on the kickoffs.
And Cal Jepson with 5 TD passes as he continues to add to his total, and he has got another year left. 5'11", 180 pounds, outstanding basketball player and baseball player. We're very, very good at baseball player. But I don't think I've seen a complete package with an East High quarterback in a long time than Cal Jepson. And remember, he's coming off that awful leg injury.
Yeah, broke the tibia and the fibula last year in the Dowling game and cost him his whole basketball season. He did a lot of stuff off season just to get ready for the baseball season. And once baseball season, first few weeks of playing was kind of a little sore and iffy and stuff like that. But as the season went on, it progressed really well, and he had an outstanding baseball season.
All right, we'll see if Jackson Lamb can get the ball in the end zone, and we'd like to see that happen. This football team are more than capable of doing that. Just have to get a break or two and get on the scoreboard. They pile right up the middle and hopping and jumping, and nice play there. And as Fritz came up and made the tackle, and nice hard running that time by Wesley, who at 6 foot, 190 pounds, he can show some skills there. He's a big one.
Yeah, big back, and carries he's got, he's done a good job.
Football team has just been ravaged by injuries, and when you lose that many starters, it just gets tougher and tougher as the season goes on. And it's not like they don't play good football teams, too, all season long. Stay tuned for our halftime coming up, brought to you by Greenberg's Jewelry. Greenberg's with locations in Sioux City, Sioux Falls, and Des Moines. Metro Sports TV with locations in Sioux Falls, Sioux City, Des Moines, the Lakes, Northwest Iowa. Getting too big, Jeps.
All over the north, all over like kind of almost the tri-state area with South Dakota, Iowa.
Yeah, the Sioux Falls market's just been outstanding. You could put 2 frogs racing up there, and that's going to get about 5,000 logins. They love their sports in Sioux Falls. As we got a timeout as the play clock was going down. We're going to take a timeout with them, come back on Metro Sports TV. It is 45-0. It's homecoming night. This big crowd has been entertained by Cal Jepson's 5 TD passes and Dane Milton's outstanding interception return.
Iowa Lakes is the biggest bang for your buck. I don't know why you wouldn't come here. There's more to community colleges than you think. It's not just go to class and go home. There's still so many fun things you can do on campus. I made some great friendships with my professors. I wanted to go to class. I wanted to do their assignments. I liked the challenge that they gave me. And I think that makes a world of difference. I couldn't have asked for more. My name is Lauren Flayhardy, and I think Iowa Lakes is the perfect place to be.
Welcome back. East High leads 45-0. Chris Ford is going to hang out about his own 50, and we know Chris, no matter what, is going to return this. So we're just going to get set to see what Chris Ford's going to do. Got a score from Hinton. They trail OAGBIA. Am I getting there? I'm close. Okay, it starts with a lot of them.
Odebald Arthur.
Is
that the school?
Is that the O?
Yeah, okay. Odebald Arthur. Yep.
Okay, well, Hinton trails 6-3 in that game up in Sioux Falls. Number 2, Harrisburg leads number 3, Jefferson, 21-0. Our score here, obviously, one-sided, 45-0, as we're trying to get the West Central Dakota Valley game, as Mitch Merrill and his crew are at that football game on Metro Sports. Panthers have played pretty good football, and that score is a trail in the second quarter to West Central, 7-3 early in the second quarter. So Panthers got a little work to do, but a lot of football left in that game. Go to Metro Sports TV, go to our website, check out the features, the schedule, interviews, our players of the week, and whatnot. From there, 45-0 is your score. Oh, they're going to fake it, try to get their first down, and he got it. Good move by Wesley, and he's put his shoulders down, and nice call right there. Well, patience paid off right there.
Yeah, good snap to Wesley, and he's a guy that's used to carrying the ball, and he picked up a 9-yard gain and on a 4th down conversion for the Railsplitters.
You're in good hands with Allstate. Go to Ryan Stussy for all your insurance needs. Ryan Stussy of Allstate Insurance. Running clock and give a little life to the Railsplitters of DesMoines Lincoln. I remember DesMoines Lincoln, 1975. They played in the championship game, I believe, against West Des Moines Dowling. Well, back then there was only 2 classes.
Yeah, that was seems right.
It was basketball. You guys beat West Waterloo, I believe.
We beat West Waterloo in the 80s. Yep, that was a West Waterloo had a good team, and
that was football. I was talking about basketball. I watched Lincoln. I remember seeing that, a fun basketball team to watch. I was pretty young. I think I was in 4th grade, but I still remember being down there at the old Vets Auditorium. And then your championship game, of course, our halftime guest, Kevin Kay, will be our East High football legend. He's going to join us up here. He played starting center for that state championship team, 21-20 over West Waterloo. Jack Ullman's going to get another tackle for the loss as they came hard.
Jack, a good athlete, boy, and he can play. He plays some. He can play tight end too, but he's done a good job at defensive end, and also an outstanding basketball player. I think we'll see a lot from him on the court this year.
Oh yes, Jack told me he's going to be an integral part of East Slamma Jamma. How about that? Landon Monk, the outstanding freshman, Landon at 6'2", 252 pounds. You talk about potential right there. Yeah, Landon Monk.
Well, you think with Monk and Fritz and Breifogel at those linebacker spots, that's 3 good linebackers, and all coming back.
2:22 to go in, and we're going to have a motion penalty right there as they had 2 men in motion, and doesn't matter anyway, as once again they send the house and making the sack, and that's going to stop your clock there, Jeps. Coming in, that Colin Pittenger was the first one. Ullman again, he's really enjoyed that football game. Basketball's been his game throughout his young career, but he's really
developing into a pretty good football player, and he's got good sized kid and athletic.
6'5", 235 pounds. That's a nice sized kid indeed. So 3rd down for Jackson Lamb. The Lincoln quarterback looks, little hitch pattern. Now he steps, going to go long, has a man out there. Dane Milton says, I'm going to pick it off, but Chris Ford says, I want it. And he flattened Dane and took away his interception. Those two.
Nice. Yeah, they're both going for the ball, and Ford put a nice hit on Milton.
Dane said, I wanted that interception and go on it. And Chris Ford, Chris sees that ball. He goes after it no matter what. So it's going to bring 4th down and 24. This time I doubt they'll fake a punt this far deep, and Chris Ford may have a chance for a return here after he took away Dane Milton's, as they're still saying, I can imagine what Dane's saying. Dane saying, Chris, I'm a senior, you're a sophomore, let me get this interception. You got 2 years left. Think that's what Dane's saying?
I think so.
They're still talking about it. And we have another timeout. When we come back, it's 45-0 East High. Here on homecoming night, beautiful night here at Olson Stadium. And so far, the East High Black Raiders have played a terrific football game.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
One minute, 9 seconds to go here in the second quarter. The East High Black Raiders, 5 touchdown passes from Cal Jepson. Interception returned by Dane Milton. And they're up 45-0 as the Railsplitters are going to have to punt. Loudon Grimsley and Chris Ford are standing inside their own territory, or Railsplitters, as Loudon Grimsley is going to fumble that one carelessly. And the ball's going to go to the Railsplitters as that ball was short. You either got to run up and return that or let her go. And Loudon is going to turn it over. And the Railsplitters have a chance here with 48 seconds to go. And they better hurry up because once the ball's put down, the clock starts running. And it is running right now. So the Railsplitters need to hurry up, see if they can get in the end zone. So careless play by the East High Black Raiders, who have not been putting two receivers back on punts, and they probably won't again. Stepping is Lamb, fires it over there to the sophomore receiver, and the ball is caught, but that's going to keep the clock running. And they're going to have to hurry up to get another play off. 15 seconds to go here in the quarter. 10 seconds. This may be our last play. Jackson Lamb takes the snap. Looks, scrambling. Look out, Montse Malou makes a big sack, cause fumble. East High recovers. That's going to end the half as Montse.
He was coming around. Big Montse was coming around the edge, boy, and he didn't look and turn, but man.
He can really run at 6'6", 235, and that's going to end the half for the Railsplitters. It's 45-0 when we come back here at Olson Stadium. Black Raiders rolling.
Tees to Please, custom printed sportswear, 1008 West 7th Street, Sioux City, Iowa. Specializing in screen printed t-shirts, long sleeve tees, crew necks, and hooded sweatshirts. We have in-house artists creating custom graphics and designs. We also produce custom awards, trophies, plaques, and medals. For all your custom printed needs, Tees to Please, Sioux City, or online at teestopleaseonline.com.
Up to your neck and trying to swim through confusing insurance policy choices? Well, before you drown in coverage you don't need, contact Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. Ryan will help you assess your immediate and also long-term needs so you can clearly choose options catered to your home, personal property, or financial future. Contact Ryan and review your coverage today. 605-377-6776. Don't drown in coverage that you don't need. Stay afloat with Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. 605-377-6776.
Experience education that prepares students for the future. The Sioux City Community School District is committed to providing students with boundless opportunities at every grade level. In elementary school, students can elect to be part of a specialty school. In middle school, students dive into career exploration. And by high school, they can choose from the Sioux City Career Academy's 30 career pathways. See how we're preparing students of today to be the leaders of tomorrow. Visit SiouxCitySchools.org.
spirit of competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
A lot happens in Siouxland every day.
KCAU 9 News cuts through the noise every day to bring what's happening around your community into focus.
Amplifying what matters in Siouxland.
Your time is valuable.
So when this happens, and this happens,
and this, count on KCAU 9 News to bring you what matters.
KCAU 9 News. We are Siouxland proud.
Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Homecoming night, and a very happy homecoming for the East High Black Raiders, 45-0, as they have exploded behind Cal Jepson's 5 TD passes as they lead 45-0, as we're going to see some quick replays. And kicking game has been the big problem for the Railsplitters all night tonight, as they've not been able to stop this pooch kick. Great job by Coach Winkleplack seeing that on tape and doing that, as they've done it continually over and over. 3 times they've recovered on these pooch kicks, and 3 times the East High Black Raiders have scored on those, as Jepson has just been outstanding. And you're going to see right here, little hitch pattern, fires at Austin Shepard on the tight end delay. The junior catches it and sprints to the end zone. One of 5 TD passes for Cal Jepson in the first half. They lead 45-0. When we come back, we're going to have our East High. Well, we're going to watch one more, as Dane Milton's going to catch a deflection right here, and the senior All-Stater Dane makes the catch, and you're not going to stop him, as he ran it all the way back. 57 yards for a touchdown to make it. At that time, 31-0 was the score. When we come back, we're going to have our East High football legend. Our special guest is going to join us here on Metro Sports, Kevin Kay, the outstanding center for the state championship football team in 1984. Kevin Kay joining us, our East High football legend, when we come back on Metro Sports. To nothing is your score. The East High band rocking it out as they were prepared. A lot of hard work these bands put in. Joining us now on our East High football legend is the outstanding center for the 1984 state championship football team, Kevin Kay. Kevin, thanks for joining us on Metro Sports.
Hey, thanks for having me, Pat. I'm truly honored to be here, so thank you.
You bet. Looking back, this guy next to you, Jeps, all those great guys you had on the football team. Besides the state championship, what really stands out about that great football team?
The first thing that comes to mind is the fun that we had that fall. Probably one of the greatest times of my life, and it was just a special time. And like the old song goes, I had the time of my life. So it was a blast.
You bet. Still looks like you could play a little bit.
Maybe one play.
Well, it's really good. The last few weeks I've been able to see Kevin quite a bit, and it's been really kind of nice. It's kind of like we're back in high school again a little bit.
You both look like you can play. Yeah.
But Kevin's he was the main part of getting that 40-year reunion here a couple weeks ago, and that was just a great time. And Kevin was he was the main guy. He was the leader on that offensive line, the center, the summer workouts, leader in that area. But he was the guy that got the ball to Burns, and and then he was with Jeff Crossan. I think of Jeff Crossan at the tackle, and we got Jackson at the end, and those guys were kind of the stalwarts of that offensive line. And he was a guy I looked up to. He was a year older than me, and just a leader on that team. And right now he's also he's kind of connected that group together, and that was a fun 2 weeks ago. It was a great time.
We had a great time. And Dave Scogan and Jeff Crossan did a lot of work on that, and we were kind of surprised at the turnout that we had. So, and just the reception we got from the fans and the rest of the community, and it was great to relive the old times.
Jeff sent me the link to watch the game on YouTube. You can watch the 1984 state championship game win 21-20 on over West Waterloo on YouTube. So just Google that. You can watch the game. Jeps told me he gained 212 yards. I didn't see that.
You probably missed that
YouTube.
one. That was maybe my youth football game or something. I don't know.
You had quite a backfield. Al Burns, of course, the quarterback, could just fly, and pretty bright guy too. It turned out to be.
Greg Schultz.
Greg Schultz. Of course, when you're Schultz, you can play some football.
Oh yeah, you got that right. Greg is probably one of the toughest guys I've ever played with. That guy could take a hit, and I swore some of the times he was not going to get up. He bounced right up, came back to the huddle, and ready to go for the next play. So. Yeah.
He would play with a separated shoulder, and I think he did for a lot of games. He did for a lot of games. Now, if we're looking back at some of those games that year, like the Dowling game to start with, and we had the homecoming game here with O'Gorman, and the up to Fort Dodge, and then the Roosevelt game. What's another game that really stuck out for you that senior year?
Well, I'm glad you brought up the Dowling game because I wanted to talk about that. So, first game of the year, we're traveling down to Des Moines to play Dowling naturally. And a few weeks later, the Des Moines Register came out and ranked us number 1 in the state preseason, and I was like, holy cow, you got to be kidding me. So, anyway, we're going down there, perennial power, Dowling, playing them on their home field. It's my first varsity start, and we're ranked number 1. Got the pressure of we don't want to be ranked number 1 and lose the first game and choke. And we had to carry on the tradition of East High football.
And that was a packed stadium.
Oh, man,
and I actually jumped into the starting lineup because our wingback got in a car accident the week before, and I was learning and ended up playing the wingback behind this guy. Yeah, Matt Grau. And so, I had Kevin blocking for me that and got a few carries, and it was a great game. And I remember Troy Bolke got after we won, it was like 9-6, wasn't it? Yep. Was it just a dogfight game? And we got the old Vinny Vidi Vici. We came, we saw, we kicked their butt. And we chanted that all the way on the bus as we left Valley Stadium.
Yep. We did. So, but I just want to talk a little bit about Coach Fiegel. So before the game, we're in the locker room, we're getting ready, and man, I'm nervous. And I put my shoes on, my shoes on, getting ready to put my shoulder pads on. And Coach Fiegel walks up to me, and he, like he always did, he pointed it right in your sternum with his index finger. And he did it hard. And it kind of hurt. And that was his way to get your attention. And as Ryan knows, Coach Fiegel, he commanded your attention. So
it was either the finger, or if you messed up, it was the face mask, and he had a sore neck for about 2 weeks. So, but no, and you know, just playing for Coach Fiegel was amazing. He's a legend, and boy, it was great to see Jim O'Hearn and Dell Hughes back 2 weeks ago, and those guys were a great part of the staff, and just it was awesome just to be around those guys, you know. And it's hard to believe it's been 40 years since that all happened. That's the hard thing.
Kevin, the game has changed. We're here with Kevin Kay, our East High football legend. Was a starting center on the state championship in 1984 with Brian Jepson as well. Teammate was there. The game has changed a little bit since those 9-6, 7-6 type football games you had back then. Do you enjoy this new style, or do you want that smash mouth style?
Oh, I like the old style. I like the smash mouth football. So give the offensive lineman a little glory. So I was just telling somebody in the stands here, Mike Mounts, if you guys know Mike, he was a good player at North High. If we scored 40 points in a game, it's like scoring 70 points now. So, I mean, I think there was a couple games we didn't even throw the ball.
No, it was a run. It was the old 3 yards in a cloud of dust type back then. Or else we had like 2 plays and we would practice them. And Coach Hughes goes, "We're going to run these 2 plays, and we run them right, and we're going to move it right down the field. I don't care if they know what we're going to run. We're going to run it at them, and they're going to stop us."
Yeah. Indeed. So, but times change. I get it, and it is fun to watch them throw the ball.
Indeed. And I swear to God, you guys could go out and make some tackles and some blocks right now.
Well, I know one thing. Talking to him, I'm going to get with this guy for the Metro Sports and Golf with him.
Oh,
Yep, he's in. At the Metro Sports Golf Tournament, yep, we'll get our man Dan Ryan. They golf together, so we'll get Dan again, and I'm looking forward to that.
Love to golf.
Kevin, thank you for joining us. Such great memories. State champions, and you got the shirt on, 40th anniversary. Yep. So thanks for coming up here, and really appreciate that.
You bet, Pat. Thank you. It's truly an honor to be up here with you guys. So.
You bet. Kevin Kay, the outstanding starting center for the 1984 team, our East High football legend. We're at halftime. We'll be back right after this. 45-0, the Black Raiders lead on this homecoming night.
Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill. Enjoy delicious burgers, steak tips, wings, and the best pizza around. Get a Chiefs Bloody Mary and make sure to grab a half-gallon to take home. Take the ride to Waddy's Bar and Grill in Hudson, South Dakota.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
The spirit of competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
This perfect ring is for Allie from Zach. They married without a diamond ring right before Zach went to serve his country. And now he's back. Jake and Sarah successfully pitched a big client together over a year ago. They got along very well. So well, in fact, Jake's about to pitch Sarah a proposal. Every diamond tells a story, but there's no story like yours. And there's no diamond like a Greenberg's diamond. Greenberg's Jewelers, a cut above the rest.
Up to your neck and trying to swim through confusing insurance policy choices? Well, before you drown in coverage you don't need, contact Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. Ryan will help you assess your immediate and also long-term needs so you can clearly choose options catered to your home, personal property, or financial future. Contact Ryan and review your coverage today. 605-377-6776. Don't drown in coverage that you don't need. Stay afloat with Allstate agent Ryan Stussy. 605-377-6776.
On this beautiful night for football, the East High Black Raiders exploded for 45 points in the first half as the offense was clicking, some turnovers by the Railsplitters, and just like that, it's 45-0. Thank you to Kevin Kay, our East High football legend, showing up here tonight for a live interview, member of that
terrific 1984 state championship team, 21-20 over West Waterloo. And as we said, that game can be found on YouTube. Go back and watch it. Kind of interesting, as we were just talking on break, as West Waterloo had first and goal at the 8-yard line with less than a minute to go, and went backwards all the way past midfield. A couple of sacks, a penalty, intentional grounding, and it went from first and goal to fourth and goal from their own 47-yard line. So quite a finish for those East High Black Raiders as they won the state title. And back then, oh boy, it was a lot of work because there was not too many classes in the state of Iowa. Now you've got 5 and 8-man, and a little bit diluted, but nonetheless, these kids still work extremely hard. 45-0 at halftime. Joining us is you get a little shot at this big crowd and some of the fans hanging out here at halftime. Metro Sports, as we're going to start the second half. Jeps, second half, usually on something like this, you give your starters one little series to start the half, and then you just kind of call it quits, don't you?
Yeah, that's what you probably do. You think you'd give them one drive. East will get the ball and see if they get one drive here and see what they can do, and then start rotating guys in.
Well, I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed, it looked like you guys really enjoyed your visit with one of your old teammates.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the last few weeks, it's been really good with that 40-year reunion type deal, seeing all the guys. And, like you said, Dave Scogan coming back from Georgia, and guys from Tim Groot from Tennessee, and, of course, Gene McNaughton out in Southern California. And I'll be out there in a month hanging at the pool and at the hot tub, and we're going to be hitting Nebraska, USC, and Cincinnati Bengals, and the San Diego or LA Chargers. I always want to say San Diego.
No one loves the game of football like the guy to my right, Mr. Brian Jepson. Just outstanding having him here each East High football. I wish I was going to you, but my sons took my tickets.
I know. I was kind of counting. We were kind of, you'd have a good time with us in California.
I have a good time with you when I'm here. So. And our good friend Buddy out in Southern California. So we're going to start the second half here. We'll see what Coach Mike Winklepleck will do. Odds are we'll see one series of your top group. Just you've got to practice starting each half. There's a pop right up the middle. Look out. Chris Ford going to go. Gets to the outside. Chris looking for 6. He's ran out of bounds at the 35-yard line. The young sophomore can really fly. And I'll tell you what, he's just a sophomore. He's just a baby. He grows a few more inches, and he may be shutting people down out in Nebraska.
Yeah, it looks like they're going with the backups, though, backup quarterback. So I see Cal's on the sideline. So.
Well, that's it. That's good sportsmanship by Coach Winklepleck, as they're going to go and get some plays in for them. As
looks like Sheehan.
Liam Sheehan, the freshman, will step in at quarterback, and look out for this kid. Already 6'2", just a freshman, having a star-spangled season as the freshman end. And you can see he's got a cannon, goes long and just incomplete as they went back, as we might have ourselves a holding call or possibly a roughing the passer. But Liam Sheehan, of course, he's got a little legacy as well.
His dad was quarterback. Dad was quarterback and did an outstanding job, Chad Sheehan. So Chad took the Raiders to like a playoff victory, a conference title, and was an outstanding quarterback.
So Liam goes up and fires. I've been talking to him. He's had a great freshman and JV season as a quarterback with a lot of touchdown passes, and he's out there now. So we're going to get a little taste of the future as Cal Jepson's got another year left, and then looks like Liam Sheehan was the next guy in line, and that's not a bad guy to have. The freshman's going to run it right here to Miles Wagner. Miles trying to get some yardage there as they probably work on the run game just a little bit, as the offensive line has done such a good job, and you get some of those young kids in there. Can never have enough depth on the offensive line. Nice tackle that time by Hassan Sherleaf, made the tackle, and Hassan Sherleaf, junior, 6'2", 290. So the Railsplitters have some good players coming back, and just hopefully can get through this year with no more injuries. Quick little hitch to the outside.
That's old Yates, yep.
Johnny Yates is going to catch it and reach down to the 20-yard line before he's tossed out of bounds, and Johnny just bounces up. There's another kid that loves to play football. Coach Winklepleck and I talked about that today on the pregame show. He's got a lot of guys and a lot of young guys that love playing the game.
Yeah, it's a good. Yeah, I just working with the the middle school program and coaching the 8th grade for a lot of years. It's been the last 5 to 6 years has just been a good production of players coming up at all levels, good depth. So Winklepleck's got some good classes to build with.
Miles Wager gets the call, and Ladarian Holmes makes a beautiful tackle. If he doesn't make it, Miles is they're playing the fight song because there was nobody left between him and the end zone. So 45-0, East High leads, and here goes Miles. This time he might get there. Cuts it back, breaks it down. Looks like his brother Brandon right there as he keeps his feet, rolls it down to the 5-yard line. Nice tough run by Miles Wager. So he looks to score his senior season on homecoming. His Uncle Bucko is watching in tonight. You want to make sure I said hi to him. And, of course, speaking of legacy, Rick Wager.
Rick Wager's he carries the East High legacy.
Yeah.
Brandon Wager kind of carries the Heelan legacy. So they got two of the prominent programs in the city.
Smashing it in the end zone. Touchdown, Miles Wager, his 7th of the season. So he gets on the scoreboard, and East High gets on the scoreboard again as they go to the ground game, and Miles Wager takes it in the end zone for the senior. Nice push up front by the offensive line that time as Fahrenholtz, Marshall, all did a nice job. Lipscomb also with a little push and another touchdown for East High. The guy that needs the most Gatorade tonight is your place kicker, Jacob Burrell. He's been out there, seems like every other play.
Yeah, he's got his leg warmed up, and
the Bob Rose point after is good as that one lands on Bob Rose point after. Go there right after the game for all your refreshment needs and whatnot. So we've got a few scores as at halftime. It looks like 10-6. Hinton has taken the lead over the Falcons, and
so it sounds like a dogfight.
I'll tell you what, Hinton has played some good football tonight, and they lead 10-6, and they have the football deep in. I'm not even going to try saying that name again because you guys will just laugh at me. The Falcons territory. So yeah, there's Battle Creek in there. I think that's where the game's at. Don't
Battle
they play
Creek?
there? Yeah. Ida Grove. Okay, I'll get there. I struggle with that. So clock will stop on the kickoff. East High leads 52-0. Big plans tomorrow or a lot of football?
Yeah, a lot of
imagine that.
I was in Lincoln last week, but yeah, tomorrow's a good day to just wake up, watch game day, and
you watch that show.
I flip it back. I flip it back and forth from the Big Ten to the Fox to the.
Herb Street really have to have his dog on there all the time. Yeah. Okay. Here's the kick. Since Lee Corso's been done, that's that show I'm watching.
I just kind of flip it around and then check the.
There's a flying right up the middle, getting that seam and breaking a couple of tackles. Oh, big hit right there. As Breifogel says, okay, that's enough, and he makes a big hit. Does Jacob on number 22.
Yeah, he put a good stick there.
Dason Wesley, who's had a nice game, almost popped out of there, but Breifogel had enough, and these Breifogel kids can really hit, and there was one right there. So clock running. Railsplitters like to see them get the ball in the end zone as Coach Mike Winklepleck doing the right thing, sending in a lot of subs, as he should, as Giovanni Bastos goes in at middle linebacker. Here's a pass outside, and catch and run, coming up there and making the tackle for East High is number 23, Titan Mayton made the play. Positive yardage for the Railsplitters. And we'll bring up 2nd down and 7. So big night for the first teamers for East High, and now it's just getting some kids some
reps and getting them some experience and playing in front of a nice crowd. And
still a lot of people here watching this. Our good friend Jeremy Wright's out there at corner. Jeremy, he loves the game of football. Just a little fella, junior, but he loves to play, and he'll be maybe starting corner next year.
Yeah. It's a good opportunity. Secondary, we got Dane Milton, senior, leaving, so open up a spot. And
I would assume Kaysen will probably be an outside linebacker.
Can move him to backer. And
yep.
you got Hamilton, too, that's been playing some there.
Yeah, he's outstanding. Jackson Lamb's going to try to make the best out of this. Come on, kid. That's a bad angle. That a kid get out of bounds. We like to see that. Live to play another down right there. So heads up play. You start losing that kid, then things get really bad. As we said, Des Moines Lincoln has lost so many players with injuries. And this great game of football, there's that one bad thing, and that's the injuries.
Yep, you can. Yeah, and sometimes it happens on some of the freakiest plays you wouldn't think would happen, but guy blowing his knee out just running a route.
Oh, boy. You ever had a hip pointer?
No, I have had a separated shoulder a couple times, so that.
Ouch. But
no hip pointers.
I had a hip pointer, and that bruise was millimeters big on my hip, but it hurt worse.
Painful. I heard I heard they're painful.
Of course, I played through it.
Well, that's what we did back in the day. There was no trainers. We stayed away from trainers. You avoided trainers.
I don't think we had trainers, did we? There's a swing out to Wesley, and he's going to bring it up to about the 45-yard line. He's had some nice runs tonight, and his helmet popped off, so he's going to have to sit this play out. We'll be here next week as East High will take on Ames. We'll be in Spirit Lake as the number 2 Spirit Lake Indians. We'll have a big football game, leading scoring team in the state. And make sure you watch KCAU. They're going to have a special feature on the Spirit Lake Indians. Anthony Mitchell.
What's their record?
They lost to Algona number 1. There's a sack. Beautifully.
I don't know. You know the McCabe's?
Absolutely. Logan Staben came in and made a sack on that one. Nice play by Logan, junior defensive lineman. Yeah, they're.
I just had one guy out in the hall. My buddy Kirchhoff's in from Iowa City, and Brian McCabe and.
Brian's here.
Yeah, he was I was just talking to him out here. They were just
Milford boys. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. I was going to say because you're from that Lakes. Yeah. McCabe. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't mess with the McCabe boys. All 5 of them.
No.
Yeah, if you messed with one, you got all 5. And a nice pass out there and it caught, and there's a good yardage right there as they connect again. Jackson Lamb, who puts a nice touch. That was a tough pass, and Jackson. Seenkout made the catch, and Jackson's made some nice plays tonight. He's a good football player.
Yeah, he really is. Made some nice catches, and Lamb does throw a nice ball. You give him some time. He rolling out to the left. He's the most effective.
Spirit Lake lost there to number 1 ranked 3A Algona, 42-40. You want to see a wild game? Go on Metro Sports YouTube and watch that. It was the opening game. Rob and I went up there and did that game. It was crazy. Algona's got the Maskey kid that's going to Iowa State.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be a quarterback.
I watched the game that they played up Spirit Lake.
Yeah, that
was good. Yeah.
Yep, 42-40 it ended up. It was just a wild game.
You guys had the drone up there for that too.
We did have the drone. Yes. Might bring the drone out maybe for the playoffs. We'll see how warm it is. Hard to get my pilot. He's as fair weather as
if it goes like this, we'll probably just be in the 60s.
There's a fire down the middle. Ball knocked away. Yep, they're going to get a field judge is going to fire one in late from some 70 yards out. Boy, he plays further back than that. Iowa, number 30 for Iowa, that safety. You see, he's like on first down, like he's returning punts. You see how far they play back?
They do play a deep coverage.
So ball knocked away, and he'll give an automatic first. No, it's going to bring up third down. They lost a lot of yardage on the play, so it's still going to be third down. And things are bad when you get a 15-yard penalty and you still have 16 to go for the first down. So the Railsplitters trying to get it in the end zone. You always want them to score so they can go home with somebody could be with a little smile on their face. Jackson Lamb with a little shovel pass, wise play, gets it out there, and he's a cagey young quarterback, and I enjoy watching him play. Flip that one out this time to number 32, Riley Cook. And Riley, a junior, another one of these good juniors, makes the play. Positive play. Lamb is a senior, 5'11", 165 pounds, but he plays bigger and tougher than that. Fun quarterback.
4th and long.
Got to go for it, obviously. 3:43 to go. Steps back, patiently waits, fires it out there. Beautiful ball. The ball's knocked away at the last second. Nice play right that time. A well-thrown football. And the East High Black Raiders knocked that one out. Coming up and making that play nicely, it was number 28, Berkeley Paul Jr.
Yeah, Berkeley Paul played the ball nice and batted it down.
He really did. Inside arm, too, to knock it down. Usually players will use that outside arm, they'll use that inside arm, and sometimes when you use that, it's way too late. So ball goes over to East High, and we'll check out Liam Sheehan, see what Liam has. Great Irish name right there. Who do the Irish play tomorrow, by the way?
They might have a bye week too. I didn't see them on the. I'm not sure. All the games I was looking, you go at Ohio State and Oregon and
Southern California, Penn State.
Southern Cal, Penn State, and
Southern California. Don't say Southern Cal.
I always say SC.
Yeah, that's better. That's Southern Cal. That's like a ball fired out there and incomplete, as Sheehan was going to try to get the ball out that time to
Carter Modlin.
And
Carter over there
tripped over the 44-yard line, couldn't pull that one in, so he's going to get another chance.
Be nice to get Carter, get the ball in his hands.
East High next week against Ames. Jeps, your thoughts on that? Ames has played, do not go by their record. They have played a tough schedule and played teams well. And as you've said, just simply when it comes to 5A, it comes down to depth.
Yes, and Ames has been a notorious, program in the state, basketball and football over the years, that have been playoff. They've been state champs in basketball several years.
Back-to-back years with Harrison Barnes and
in the
McDermott.
In the 70s, they won some titles, too, in basketball.
They did. They had a guy named Chuck Harrison. Remember that?
Yep, and they had a guy at quarterback, Fred Hoiberg, the quarterback.
He wasn't bad.
He quarterbacked the Cyclones. He still got all their quarterback records, the last I knew.
Yeah, he was quite an athlete. They always said baseball was his best sport. There was a fire out there by East High and making the catch. And
I remember being on the varsity staff with Coach Fiegel, and that's when we had Raz was the old coordinator, and I was coaching with Raz, and we back-to-back years we played Ames in the playoffs.
Isaiah Grant made that catch, and Isaiah is having a huge freshman year. And if you haven't met, Fitzy Grant's his son, and of course Honey Fitz Grant, the All-State outstanding basketball player now for East High, playing at Morningside. But Isaiah, look out, he's going to be a good one.
Yeah, he's really good speed, good hands. He's caught a lot of he's caught a lot of last week. He caught some passes. He caught some down at Southeast Polk, so he's been playing quite a bit.
Honey Fitz Grant had a quiet confidence with him. Isaiah has a lot of confidence, but I wouldn't say it's quiet.
He's a little more.
So there's a punt down at the 10, and it'll get started as Lincoln will try to get the ball in the end zone, as Coach Mike Winkelpleck is going to get a big win here on homecoming. And that's kind of how you want homecomings to go. You get your 5th win. Get ready for Ames, who we talked about, and see what they can do next week.
Ames plays Marshalltown tonight, and I know, looking at Marshalltown struggling this year, so I kind of figure Ames should pick up a win tonight. But
there's a game at the end of the schedule for East High when they go down to Johnston. Now, Johnston is an outstanding football team.
We watched them last year, and they had a junior offensive line that we really thought was pretty good. So a lot of those guys are back. So they were a physical team. They were kind of a run, short pass, play action, but they came to hit.
From what I'm hearing from our friends from Valley and Des Moines Metro, you do not want to play Johnston in the playoffs. They beat Southeast Polk
last week
soundly 35-0.
And no one's done that in several years.
Yeah.
So, which is kind of because Southeast Polk, their other loss was just a 3-point loss to Valley, which could have went either way.
Boy, indeed. And if you're with
the quarterback they had last year too, he's a senior this year. He was a good player.
Yeah, he was the baseball player.
And he's going to Nebraska, I believe.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
You guys are getting everybody. How's that going on?
More NIL money.
Got Uncle Warren throwing some bills around.
They got what are the 80 some project going on, and they got a bunch of different things. I don't know how that But there's a lot of NIL money funneling into it.
Yeah, it's a new game.
Yep.
Both our teams need to spend more, I'll tell you that much.
I wish Wayne State would have had some NIL money in the back in the day. Paid for some pizzas or something.
Fire out by Jackson Lamb, caught, putting his head down and looking for some positive yardage. Still playing very hard are these Railsplitters. As, again, some yardage up there as Braylon Jenkins made the catch and tries to get out of the grasp of some Black Raiders. Can't. Boy, the crowd's still hanging around on this beautiful night. Why not?
It's a great night and just be outside and just enjoying the score and just being at the stadium. It's kind of like being at the ballpark.
Indeed. A lot of good baseball going on, too. How about the Padres?
I watched. Yeah, did they win? Are they in to the next round? Or they play tonight?
They play tonight.
It's 2-2.
Yep. Metro Sports TV on YouTube. Watch all of our free live and then on demand on YouTube, Metro Sports. Featuring player coaches interviews, team ranking players, predictions, and once in a while we'll get a blog out there. Not a big blog guy, but as the tournament comes around, I like to get in there. And thank you to all of our presenting advertisers. They do such a great job, including CF Industries, who they provide clean energy to feed and fuel the world. Central Bank, of course, our pregame show hosts. Variety Motor Cars, Keys of the Game, Greenberg Jewelers. Our halftime, Jackson Lamb fires over the middle, caught by Jenkins, big hit, bounces away and keeps his head going, picks up the better part of 32 yards on the play right there. Nice play.
Good hit, just didn't wrap up, and he bounced off and scooted for another 15 yards.
Always thank you to our good friends from Sioux City Tarps and Baumgars. Stay tuned for the Baumgars postgame show. Right after this, a long pass wide open and caught. Railsplitters have a chance here as making the catch and the throw as Jackson Lamb, as he should, as Blake Butters.
We talked about Butters in pregame, he caught some passes this year.
Yes, you really don't want a receiver named Butters with Butters on his hands, but he doesn't as he makes that catch and a first down. Thank you to Bodega Grill on Historic Court Street. Stop there. And Family First Dental, 30 locations across northwest Iowa at northeast Nebraska. Our good friends from Iowa Lakes Community College, please stay tuned this winter. We will have ILCC basketball. How about that? Metro Sports is going in the collegiate leagues for the first time.
Oh, that's nice. That's good to hear.
And our friends from United Sports Academy. And we will have our Wall of Fame player of the game. And a lot of people to choose from. Jeffs, we'll talk about that towards the end of by the Baumgars. But the East High Black Raiders have been rolling. Time out here called by the Railsplitters as they want to score a touchdown, and we want to see them score a touchdown.
Yeah, it would be good for their morale, yeah.
They played hard.
They played hard, and they've had some good drives. The early turnovers really got them behind the chains.
Shore up on those kicks as credit to the East High Black Raider coaching staff. They saw a weakness there, and I'll tell you what, they went right after it. Next week, we'll be in Spirit Lake, second-ranked Spirit Lake Indians. Play Garner Hayfield, big game. Fired over the middle, the ball's caught. Jackson Lamb starting to heat up a little bit. He gets that one over the middle as Justin Dietrich catches the football, and Justin's had a struggle with those kickoffs early, but nice to see him make that catch. We'll also have West Sioux versus Hinton, a couple of our featured schools playing. And then we'll be here with East High against Ames. And I would think the game is going to be a little tougher next week. Snap, hand off, going to the outside, cutting up, and going into the end zone for the touchdown. Nicely are the Railsplitters, so they are on the scoreboard as Devon Wesley. Well-deserved there. Devon's played very well tonight, and he scores a touchdown for Sioux Falls Lincoln as he bounced to the outside right there. Jeps, as we see it on
we'll see it on there. And the Railsplitters get on the board. And
good to see that.
Yeah, nice little burst there to the end zone. There we go. Just kind of just a little read action there, and he takes it on a looks like a power play up the middle.
He's a power back.
Couple linemen pulling for him, and he just followed behind him.
Wouldn't be surprised if they go back to him here on the 2-point conversion. 52-6 is your score. They do go for him, and the East High Black Raiders are having none of it. And they make the stop right there. Jumping in there nicely for the East High Black Raiders to stop that 2-point conversion. Number 55, Caden Somsky. So Caden, 6'1", 220-pound sophomore defensive end that has a great future as a defender here at East High.
Yeah, good athlete. He played some tight end and DN for me at the 8th grade level, and he's done an outstanding job through the program. Good baseball player too. So yeah, good future for Somsky coming up.
We've talked about multiple athletes going out for multiple sports. Still something all of them should do. As studies have shown, you just want to play one sport. Sometimes you get so tired of it, you don't want to play it.
Yeah, but I always like to think being well-rounded. It's fun. You get one chance in high school, and it's good to play 3 or 4 sports: football, baseball, basketball, or if you wrestle.
So the Railsplitters get their touchdown. It wouldn't break my heart if they got a couple more to help this score. They've played hard. Stay tuned for our post-game show brought to you by Baumgars. We'll have our Wall of Fame player of the game for East High. Thank you to Kevin Kay for coming in at halftime. Always great to see him. It was just fun watching you guys talk about that. So so passionate onside kick attempt, and East High's going to fall on. There's James Holtenkamp, who's on the special team. Hadn't been in for a while, but James said, well, why not get the rust off? And he wanted to run it back, and Wink's laughing with him. But it was fun watching you guys talk about that. Just such a
it brings back good memories and just that whole time frame, and playing for those coaches and playing for Coach Fiegel. And boy, he could be intimidating at sometimes. He could really sting you. but you knew he cared about you too. That's the beauty of it all. So he would break you down and build you back up.
Yeah, that's good coaching. So little counter fly sweep right there as Grant's going to try to get outside, and Isaiah's going to wisely pop down at about the 40-yard line. We're going to see.
You can see some of the moves that he's got and the potential that he's got, though.
He loves the game of football about as much as Honeyfitz loved the game of basketball.
His brother, he played for me in 8th grade.
And
boy, he had I thought he had a Division I linebacker look, didn't he?
Oh boy, yeah, he did. Yep. So Liam Sheehan throws a beautiful ball up there, and going for it is Grant. Those two have connected so many times at the freshman level this year.
8th grade, the 7th grade, yeah, they played a lot of ball together.
Well, with Liam with this size.
And he's really fast, too. He was on our think about it, but last year we had a 4x1 team, and he was the anchor on that 4x1 team that broke the Sioux City Relays record.
So Sheehan showing that potential with that big arm of his, and as he grows, he's 6'2" already as a freshman, and the growing years coming up. Look out. East High, Cole Ritchie and Cal Jepson and Liam Sheehan. That's a pretty good quarterback if you will.
They had some good quarterbacks over the years.
52-6 is your score. East High Black Raiders rolling here tonight in front of a big homecoming crowd, and it started early and often. Big plays. Little screen play set up, breaking a tackle and coming to the outside. Picks up a block, picks up another block, cuts it up down the middle, and still on his feet inside the 10. So the youngsters getting a chance to play a little bit.
That was Callan Cope throwing that ball.
Cope in there now?
Yep, Callan Cope. Another good, these two guys are both big, tall, rangy guys that can throw the ball. Freshmen, yep, Callan Coke in there.
Amos Collins was the recipient of that screen pass, and Amos made a nice run right there. So Tope's going to turn, fire, ball caught nicely, and that one's going to end real quickly as Lincoln caught him off balance. That's the one problem with those darn passes. If they're not, they throw you behind you a little bit, that's going to set you up for a big hit, and that one did.
They did a precautionary thing with Callan came in the Southeast Polk game. Cal, last play before the half, hit the turf pretty hard, and they took his helmet, so he wasn't able to come in the second half, and so Callan got some experience, and I think Sheehan did too down at playing against Southeast Polk. So
Callan Cope in there now. Yeah, he keeps growing. He's going to turn, fires. Ball caught, striking for the end zone is Isaiah Grant. They're going to say no.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
So Callan Coke showing a strong arm as well.
That would be nice for him to get a touchdown.
The quarterback position at East High, you have two outstanding
freshmen.
Boy,
yes, yeah.
You don't see that often.
No.
So Coke going to bring them up at the 1 yard line. Isaiah Grant wanted his touchdown, but it looks like they're going to get it right here. Nope. I'll tell you what, Lincoln's still playing hard.
Still fighting, yeah.
So getting the carry that time was, we don't even have that number down here. And short. And so Callan Coke is going to see if he can squeeze it in. That's Grecken, Mandel Grecken in there. Didn't quite get in. So Coke takes, rolls, looking for his first varsity touchdown, cuts it back to the 2, and that's going to be turned over as a great defense over on that side.
Yeah, they played that well.
As they tried just a little slip screen type of deal, but it wasn't there. Good idea not to throw the ball by Callan, but then couldn't get in the end zone, but that's okay. 52-6, they'll learn. 5 minutes to go in the game. East High won this one early and often, and now are coasting to their 5th win of the season with a big game against Ames and then Johnston right after that. One more win, qualify for the playoffs, I believe. Won't be able to host. We were hoping last year they'd be able to host, but
last year they got in with 5-4.
Mm-hmm. 2 years ago we were hoping to host.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, 2 years 7-2.
Got
and there's
a safety right there.
Big guy. Who was the big guy that got in there?
Well, it's going to be a 2-point safety right there. As a slow developing play. East High was all over that. So getting on the scoreboard was number 40.
Looked like Somsky in there for the
big
tackle. Yeah.
So the big fella gets in there for a safety. He's got quite a future.
Yep, his mom will be happy. She is my boss too.
Oh, Miss Somsky.
Miss Somsky, that's her. That's her boy. Yeah.
You see, he's a good football player as she is a
principal,
school administrator.
Absolutely.
He's got a very big future.
Yeah.
So good to see that. So that makes the score 54-6, and East High will probably run one more series. Loudon Grimsley and Chris Ford are back there, and Chris, even though he's been sitting on the bench the whole time, it's good.
These guys are going to want to return it though.
We know full well.
Unless they kick it to the end zone, these guys, somebody's either going to return it.
Well, Chris is yelling at Loudon, "Stay out of my way this time. I want the ball." Chris Ford is, as many of these East High kids are, not only are they terrific football players, but they are enjoyable kids to be around, to interview and talk to, and certainly watch them perform. Great bunch of kids. Anyone that tells you, kids have changed, yeah, but boy, there's still a whole bunch of good ones.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you what, they work hard. These kids are up at 6, and the Lincoln kids as well. That's a lot. That's a big commitment to play high school sports, especially football, because you've got to be big and strong. There's the kick, and Chris Ford is going to return this. So hold on to your hat. Chris tries to get it the outside, breaks a tackle. Look out. He's going to turn on the Jets and going to get tailed. No, he's still going to go. And Chris does not like to get tackled.
I knew he was going to return it. That's going to definitely help on the kick return yards, though.
Chris Ford, outstanding sophomore cornerback for East High. He is going to be fun to watch for 2 more years. And all these young kids we're going to see tonight, Koch, Sheehan, Somsky, and then we got to think about it. Isaiah Grant, Kel Jepson's back next year.
Yeah, another year.
Hogan Camp.
Yeah, he just.
Brian Fogel. Oh boy.
Well, Cal just broke the East High all-time passing record last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, as a junior.
So. like I said, over the course of history, I can't recall a sophomore quarterback that started at East.
No, Callan Koch's coming in there. Well, as we talked about at halftime, it was a beautiful pass by Koch. He zips that ball to the outside shoulder and the boundary. A nice catch there as well. And that's going to be close to a first down. They're going to move it back just a little as they fired it over there. Great catch by Ashcroft, I believe, made the catch. But we were talking about with Kevin Kay at halftime, our East High football legend, it was uncommon. If you weren't a senior, you didn't play.
Yeah.
I mean, you and Buddy came in as talented juniors.
Yeah.
You had to be really good as a junior to see the field.
Yeah, and then not only that, our senior year, we actually had a chance to go back to the state title. We were 8-1, outright SIC champs, and Greg Adams that year. We ran this Covey 1 through 6, and he threw for 1,800 yards, and he had the record all the way up until like they started throwing the ball in the late 99, 98 seasons. Playing in the SIC. So
there goes Isaiah Grant showing his speed and turning the corner as these talented freshman class, which there's a lot of talk about these kids getting out there and playing some varsity football.
Absolutely.
And still in front of a nice-sized crowd.
Nice-sized crowd,
Student
absolutely.
body is
Absolutely.
still very big over there. And so these kids are granting some valuable playing experience under the bright lights. No 4 o'clock kickoff for these kids.
No, I know it. So when we look, we go back. We played Heelan my senior year, and we beat them 27-0 in the regular season, and we were up 20-7 in the the game to go to the semis, and they scored 2 touchdowns, and they were up 21-20. We got the ball with 1:30, drove the length of the field. We're on first and goal on the 5, and we turned the ball over on the 2-yard line. That was it. And they beat Dowling the next week 21-0. And got beat by 4 points by Linn-Mar in the state title that year.
Oh, boy.
So we were really close to having a shot at 2 trips to the Dome.
That was quite a series. Still is, East High and Heelan. It seemed like when they did play in the regular season, whoever won the regular season by 1 point lost in the playoffs by 1 point over and over.
And even when I started coaching in the late 90s, it was the same thing until the classes switched.
Yeah, it's just it was quite a spectacle. When those two teams played together.
And it was Dowling and Heelan was always a big game too. They played for a lot of years.
Yes. And West Des Moines Dowling.
And then it became Dowling and Valley, which is still, which is.
You gonna enjoy watching some Valley sports on Metro Sports?
Yeah,
this
that'll
winter?
be kind of fun
Yeah.
to just see what the Central Iowa, and you'll be able to tune in and.
Defending.
Are you going to go down and broadcast any of those games?
Yeah, I'll be down
there.
there.
A few? Okay, I figured that.
Coach Winkleplex going to show some great sportsmanship as he has Callan Koch take a knee. And what a great gesture to do. And best of luck to this Sioux Falls Lincoln football team. Has just been hard luck with injuries. They played hard tonight. Going to have a long trip, but I'll tell you what, they've got a little heart.
Yep, and hopefully they, 2 games left, they can get a win or finish strong.
And that's going to end it. East High Black Raiders, big game coming up next week against Ames. They win here 54-6 against Des Moines Lincoln. We'll be back with the Baumgars postgame show and our Wall of Fame player of the game.
The spirit of competition finds a home in small-town communities where families rally together to support the work and determination of young athletes. As a family-owned business with a focus on our communities, Central Bank is proud to support high school athletics. Good luck to tonight's competitors. Have fun, play hard, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Jackrabbits don't wait to see what the future holds. They build it. At South Dakota State University, the next generation's leaders are preparing to launch. They're focusing on growth, and they're reaching new heights of excellence across vital industries. SDSU is building something greater for South Dakota and the world. Join us.
Bros presents Do You Know Pizza? The exciting trivia game where if you don't know pizza, just wing it. True or false? Romanian Christian Dimitru ate 200 pounds of pizza in a week.
Mamma mia, that's a lot of pizza.
Bob Bros knows pizza, and they know how to feed a hungry family. Pizza, wings, burgers, chicken, and more. Bob Bros, where good food and good times gather.
Tees to Please, custom printed sportswear, 1008 West 7th Street, Sioux City, Iowa. Specializing in screen printed t-shirts, long sleeve tees, crew necks, and hooded sweatshirts. We have in-house artists creating custom graphics and designs. We also produce custom awards, trophies, plaques, and medals. For all your custom printed needs, Tees to Please, Sioux City, or online at teestopleaseonline.com.
(54-6) on a homecoming night. The East High Black Raiders win a big game here tonight. Look good offensively. Jeps, your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty efficient. I mean, every time they touched the ball, pretty much in the first half, they scored. You know, some big plays. Cal and heading to Grimsley and to Shepard, and Ashcroft got one, and so passing the ball to different receivers, and you know, Wager ended up scoring one too. And here, if we got to show there's the big pass play to Loudon Grimsley there, the speedster. So. You know, pretty efficient. And the defense did a good job, too. There's Shepard right over the middle. That was a really nice play. We hadn't seen that wrinkle. Kind of the pump fake on that out, and then Shepard right down the middle. And, boy, he showed he's got some wheels.
Austin Shepard, Jr., he's going to be a good one.
Yes, he is.
So each and every game we do have our player of the game. Could have chosen a lot here. You're going to see a nice one here by senior All-Stater Dane Milton. Little tip, and then off to the races he goes. Cal Jepson, 10 for 11, 201 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Not a bad night.
Indeed. Coming off 6 TDs last week. But our...
that'll help his percentage, too.
Wall of Fame player of the game is going to be this guy right here, Loudon Grimsley.
Yep, the South Dakota commit showing his speed there, buzzing by the defenders on 2 big touchdown passes and 3 receptions for 104 yards. And that's a pretty nice night. He does a good job out there blocking, too, and on plays and run plays and stuff. So... South Dakota will be getting a good one.
You bet. Loudon Grimsley, our Wall of Fame player of the game. Jeps, thanks for joining us tonight. Also, great seeing you, you and Kevin K. reminisce.
Good. It was always good to get him up here and stuff like that. And
always good. Yeah, we haven't worked together for a while, so
no,
it was really
I know.
nice to see
it's been a few weeks.
Running around all over the place. I'm trying to get things down now that the suspense of the Southern California football season kind of went away last week. But
it's still a lot of season left, though.
Yeah,
a lot of season.
We'll see what happens tomorrow. But big win here tonight for East High. Jeps, thanks for joining us, and thank you for joining us on Metro Sports TV. As Metro Sports continues to give you the best. Next week we'll have West Sioux Hinton. Hinton leads 19-7, so big win by Hinton possibly here, as that game is very late. Dakota Valley trails 21-10 to their rival West Central, so that's always a rugged game. We'll have Spirit Lake next week. Go to Metro Sports TV. You'll see all of our games listed. Thank you to all of our tremendous advertisers who help make these games possible, including CF Industries, bringing clean fuel and energy to the world, presenting this football game. Thank you to Baum Varsity for all their statistical information that they provide us. Again, go to Metro Sports TV, Twitter, Facebook, and check out Metro Sports TV for all of our scheduling and our weekly features, game highlights, players of the game, and whatnot. And remember, you can rewatch all these games on demand at Metro Sports TV. And please tune in to Sports Zone with Anthony Mitchell tonight at 10:20 on KCAU, our tremendous partner. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Your final score: the East High Black Raiders win at 54-6. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week on Metro Sports.
I love doing it. We go to all the state events. We work at all the state events, and you wear your polo and people stop and talk to you, and it's just really great to connect with kids from other schools who are on the board, and then coaches, athletic directors who will see you at the events will stop and talk to you, and it's really neat.
You feel a bit of a weight and you're a voice for all athletes in the state of Iowa, which is cool.
I think it's really cool. I remember reading the email and I'm like, oh, this would be something really cool to look for. It'd be good to talk to people that I want to get to talk to around the state. I get to see other people's opinions, kids from 5A schools, kids from small schools. I think it'll just be a really good opportunity for me. IHSAA represents so much that it's really cool that they have 2 girls on the board to bring a girl's perspective, because I think it's really important to be very diverse and get different opinions.